Today, I'd like to talk about a handful of players who are playing some great basketball this season and are having breakout years. First on the list is Trey Murphy of the New Orleans Pelicans. While the Pelicans may be having a disastrous season, the injuries to their stars have allowed Murphy to get valuable ball handling reps and shot attempts that he wouldn't have been able to get had the team been fully healthy. With the increase in ball handling opportunities, Trey has been able to show off his great handle for his size, getting shots at the rim at the highest rate of his career. Using his handle to get penetration has allowed him to make more plays for his teammates as well, leading to a career high in assists per game, as he averages nearly 4 a game. Getting downhill with the ball has also allowed him to draw fouls at a higher rate than before in his career, as he is in the 80th percentile in drawing both shooting fouls and on-the-floor fouls at his position. He's now averaging 22.5 points per game this season, an 8-point per game increase from last year. His assists per game have also gone up by 40% this year as well. It's unfortunate that the Pelicans' record is so poor because Trey would be in the thick of the Most Improved Player award race if he was on a better team. The next player I'd like to talk about is Max Christie of the Dallas Mavericks. After Darvin Ham let Max Christie rot on the bench for a couple years, JJ Redick finally gave Max an opportunity to get consistent playing time this year, and Max has made the most of it. Max has been very good defensively this year, in large part due to his elite screen navigation, as he rarely allows a screener to set a solid pick on him and detach him from the ball handler. His screen navigation paired with his ability to defend the point of attack well makes him a very good perimeter defender, and he also uses his long arms and good timing to block shots as well. On the offensive side of the ball, he's been able to space the floor very well, shooting 38% from deep this season. In addition to spacing the floor, he's also very good at slipping screens to free himself up for layups, as well as making timely cuts for easy looks at the rim. Since being traded to Dallas, he's shown that he can be a very good offensive player, as he's doing things I just mentioned, and is also showing that he can make things happen off the dribble a bit. He's getting more comfortable creating his own shot, and while it might not last, him averaging 17 points per game in his short career as a Maverick is intriguing for his long-term potential. The third player on my list is Josh Hart of the New York Knicks. While Josh has been a good role player for a long time, he seems to have taken another step up this year and has looked like one of the best role players in the league. His versatility allows him to cover up holes on whatever team he's a part of, since he can do almost anything on the court. He's one of the best rebounders in the league as he pulls down nearly 10 boards per game, which is good for 17th in the NBA, which is extremely impressive considering he's only 6'4". The next best rebounder who is 6'4" or under in the NBA is Russell Westbrook, who's 77th in the league in rebounds per game. Hart is also a big help running the offense as well, as he averages nearly 6 assists per game and is one of the better fast break players in the league, as he loves handling the rock in transition and either getting to the rim with his speed and physicality or dishing to his teammate for an assist. On defense, he can guard up a bit due to his strength, which is quite valuable, and his tenacity as a rebounder allows the Knicks to finish off possessions without allowing a basket at a higher rate. He may not be the best spacer on offense, but he helps to alleviate that with tons of perfectly timed cuts, forcing the defense to pay attention to him off the ball even though he's not a great three-point shooter. All these things make Josh the best Swiss Army knife player in the league, as he can do pretty much anything well, averaging 15 points per game and a career-high 10 rebounds and 6 assists per game. The next player having a breakout season is Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies. Last year, Jaren was in a similar situation to Trey Murphy this year, as he received tons of on-ball experience due to injuries, and Jaren has become a better player because of it. Jaren is now more comfortable than ever creating his own shot and is constantly getting to his spots close to the rim where he has great touch. He's become one of the better mid-range shooters in the NBA this year, as he's scoring 51% on two-point shots that aren't at the rim. Combining that with some of his best three-point shooting and foul drawing of his career has allowed him to average a career-high 23 points per game. 23 points per game becomes even more impressive when you realize that his true shooting is at a very good 59%, and this comes while his star point guard Ja Morant has been out for nearly half the year, which has put a lot of defensive attention onto Jaren. The offensive leap combined with his all-defense caliber play on the other end of the floor has made Jaren essentially a lock for All-NBA this year, and a perennial candidate for the accolade in the future. And the last player that I wanted to highlight is Peyton Pritchard of the Boston Celtics. Pritchard has been tremendous as the Celtics' sixth-man this year and has been a huge boost for their offense this season. Pritchard is averaging career highs across the board, as he's averaging 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. His ability to help run the offense and space the floor makes it so that there's not a huge drop-off for Boston when either Derek White or Drew Holiday sit on the bench. Pritchard has been absurdly efficient in both scoring and assisting this year, as he's in the 100th percentile among point guards in both points per shot attempt and turnover percentage. Pritchard has been a pretty efficient scorer throughout his career, but this year he's taken it to another level, thanks in large part to making over 3 threes per game at 41% from deep. Pairing his elite three-point percentage with a phenomenal 54% on his mid-range shots this year gives him the second best true shooting percentage of any point guard in the NBA. Pritchard's fantastic offensive contribution so far this season has helped to give the Celtics a top 3 record in the league and has him as the current favorite to win the Sixth Man of the Year award.